Hello there, gang, and welcome to another episode of Displaying-Model-Behaviour, the Earth's mightiest video podcast. And today it's all about good news, the only news that matters, and we're going to kick things off with a whole bunch of pre-orders on 5K toys. First of all, they've got this Mimic, which I guess is straight out from Dungeons & Dragons. This looks like so much fun. Going to be about $45, releasing around about the second or third quarter of this year. It's an anthropomorphic walking treasure chest with teeth that's going to gobble up any dungeon crawler that tries to go near it. I think that's so fun. That's just kind of crazy and wicked. You could pair this up with any of your NECA D&D figures and anything sword and sorcery, really. Mythic Legions. I never would have thought of making this, but now that I see that someone has, I'm like, yeah, this looks like a lot of fun. And 5K toys, they're not done there. They also have this 1/12 scale Rhino figure, and this looks like so much fun. $60 from what I can see for the regular Rhino on its own, but then for just $10 more, I think, you get the full armor to go with him. I mean, why wouldn't you have the full armor with this guy? I'm even thinking myself about going completely outside the box and getting a little bit random and weird. I kind of want to make this my Rhino for my extra Spider-Man display. I have two Spider-Man displays. I got this regular Marvel Legends one, and then I got a Spider-Man display that's just made up of whatever I want to put in there. And having a mutated, armored, actual Rhino for the Rhino character, that Rhino would Rhino more than any other Rhino's Rhinoed. I really love it. I might have to bite on this. It just looks so freaking cool. Go over to 5K Toys to check this one out. Snail Shell have found their absolute niche in the action figure market, and that is cute anime girls, and they are sticking with it with their bunny girl Eileen and tornado rabbit motorcycle contraption. Go on over to 5K Toys to see what it's actually called, rather than having me just throw a whole word salad together. Something like that. But what you do get is a very cool looking futuristic anime bunny riding tornado motorcycle girl, and it looks like so much fun, man. This is going to retail for between $40 and $60, depending on whether or not you get the action figure on its own or you get her with the bike. But I mean, come on. Come on, if you're gonna get one, why not treat yourself? Look, I'm telling you, you can do. It's all right, go for it. She looks super fun. I don't have a need for a bright pink motorcycle bunny girl on my shelf, but dang it, who does? You get these things because they're awesome, and this does look pretty awesome. Keep Going Studios. I'm not familiar with these guys, but they're doing the Ghosts black and white versions. I don't know what these are from. I don't recognize them. They look super pretty though. Really, really cool. I think the designs are awesome. 1/12 scale, creepy, mystical Japanese ghost story type characters. Yeah, I dig that. Both of these are going to be $50 each, available at 5K Toys. There's a little 5K Toys section I'm going through here. They both look really cool. Going to be available around about the second or third quarter of this year, so, you know, think summertime, essentially. But if you're familiar with who these characters are, where they're from, or what they're based on, let me know. I would really love to find out, because I kind of want to justify maybe getting these. I probably won't, because, you know, money and space. But, I mean, if I learned more about them and they turned out to be super cool, then maybe it would behoove me to pick them up. I don't know. I'm looking to be convinced, because judging by the pictures, they look awesome. Mafex are looking to make a lot of us very happy and a lot poorer, because they're going to be re-releasing 3 of their absolute banger figures from the last few years. The big one for me, they're doing yellow and blue Wolverine. This was one that I was begging for. I was asking for this for the longest time. It's like, give me that Wolverine, give me that quintessential Marvel vs. Capcom, bright colored, metallic, huge claws Wolverine, and dang it, they're doing it. It's going to be later this year. They're only up for pre-order at the moment from your various import sites like Ami Ami and Toy Genki is that another one. Shop around. They're out there for pre-order. Not just Wolverine, but Carnage as well. The Mark Bagley looking Carnage. That, again, I only need one version of every character. I've got the Let There Be Carnage Figure Arts one, which is gorgeous, but man, it's the Mark Bagley look. I'm torn, baby. I'm real torn. And then the third one is Gambit. I've got this Gambit, so that's okay. But that also means I can tell you, he's fantastic. He's so good with the cloth overcoat, all the different power effects, just so pretty. The absolutely quintessential Gambit. It's a good time to be a Marvel collector because, dang it, Mafex are going into the vaults and they're giving the people what they want. Hasbro have revealed their 40th anniversary Transformers Haslab project. There you go, just about got all the words out there. And it's the Optimus Prime Ultra Magnus Combiner from Robots in Disguise. And honestly, the general scuttlebutt I've heard is that people seem to like the look of this. Me personally, I'm not a Robots in Disguise person. I owned these original figures back in the day, which also makes you feel like, man, we used to be able to just buy these. But I hated, honestly, actually, I hated the design, particularly of Ultra Magnus, because he looks like he's just got like Forrest Gump stilt legs, because his legs are just huge, big rectangles that can't really move, and I'm like, no, blech, don't like that. The only thing of those designs that I do like is the Optimus Prime stripped down version, because he's got his like super truck version with all the fire truck stuff on him, but then you take that away and it's got a very anime looking sort of design. That's cool, but that's all I really like. I feel like the two combined, like they still have the clunky Ultra Magnus stiff legs, and I just, it's a no from me, dog. It's a no from me. But not necessarily from a lot of other people who seem to be pretty high on this. And if you are, then more power to you. I'm going to be interested to see how this evolves and shapes up. I've seen a couple of people also saying, though, that this is a nice to have, but not really a need to have, because Robots in Disguise, it was there for a time, but it's a very super anime, really stylized, very Japanesey kind of Transformers, which, I mean, Transformers is a Japanese brand. It's fair enough. But you know what I mean, though. It's very anime. Even the style of the cartoons and the way the characters act and behave, like it's very anime. And I'm like, I couldn't get on board with that. But some people can do. And if you do, well, there's a Haslab for you. Boss Fight Studios have revealed Wave 3 of their Warriors of the Saurozoic line. That's it, isn't it? No cheat sheet here, no auto cue, but I think that's what they're called. More anthropomorphic, cartoon, 90s children's TV style dinosaurs. Look, if we're moving on to Wave 3, it means people must have enjoyed Waves 1 and 2, and I can see why. Bright, bold, colorful, all the things that you want to just tweak the nostalgic bones of your 90s childhood. So these aren't up for pre-order yet, but they will be very soon. I think Big Bad Toy Store and most of the big name retailers will be carrying them. So if you're an anthropomorphic cartoon dinosaur person, well, there's some more good stuff out there for you. Boss Fight Studios have also shown off Wave 3 of their Popeye figures. And man, it just reminds me just how weird a lot of those character designs were. I mean, we're going back to like the 1920s, 1930s, so it was a different time. But boy, there is that, the lights are on and burning bright for the masses who still have a lot of Popeye nostalgia. I mean, I grew up with Popeye as a kid, and even to this day, I'm strong to the finish because I eats my spinach. So this Wave 3, it's going to be available for pre-order on Big Bad Toy Store. They're going for about $34, I think, give or take. And they look like nicely put together figures. Again, weird designs, but I only just sort of twigged that looking at those now, like, yeah, there was some nightmare fuel going on with Popeye characters, but nonetheless, these look like well-realized action figures. SH Figure Arts have shown off their movie Flash figure, who's going to be up for pre-order today, I think, February 1st. And hey, look, do people want figures from the old DCEU? Only the fan knows for sure. I know, I kid, I jest. But hey, look, there you go. The last dying death rattles of the DCEU are still coming out from Figure Arts. And look, they're nice looking figures. I don't know how popular they're going to be. I mean, they must be popular enough. They're still going ahead and making them. But I just feel like people mentally, we've moved on. We're ready. We're ready for new DC. We're ready for James Gunn's new projects. And I feel like going back and old Weird Barry, I feel like we're kind of, we don't do that here anymore. But Figure Arts do, and you can pre-order him now. Storm Collectibles, what am I gonna do with you? All right, they haven't finished their regular Street Fighter 2 line, and they're already teasing more Street Fighter 6 figures. We just can't keep up. Storm, you can't have your Street Fighter 6 dessert until you finish your Street Fighter 2 main course, alright? Well, they don't listen to me because they're teasing Ryu, and Storm being Storm, you know it's going to be good. I mean, it looks like they got some cloth goods going on there as well, some nice attentions to detail. He's going to be a great looking figure. I just would love to see them just finish what you started, guys. Finish. You're not finished Mortal Kombat 2. You're not finished Street Fighter 2. You're making it real hard to root for you when you just have this ADD approach to action figures. Oh, let's do a little bit of this. Let's do a little bit of that. Oh, let's have a party now. No, finish what you started. Okay? They're not going to listen to me. If they did, I would say, please, for the love of criminy, give us Blaze from Streets of Rage 2. That's all I want. That's all I want. But you're not going to do it. You're going to start making Street Fighter 6 figures now. This is why I get frustrated with you, Storm. This is why I drink. Super 7 are teasing a new G.I. Joe figure, but with my G.I. Joe knowledge, I can't really tell you much. Is that the Baroness? I don't know. She's got a weird skull of something. Yeah. You guys tell me. I don't know what this is all about, but there you go. It's a thing. Romanki are finally doing a fully painted version of their artist proof model that they released a little while ago. I've got the artist proof, and it's fantastic as far as an action figure is concerned. The way that this figure is put together, the different tooling, joints, articulation, like this is what a 1/12 figure can be. And I say it's like an artist tool because that's what it reminds me of, is those old wooden figures you can get where artists can put them in whatever position they want. You know, when people drew art rather than just typing something into an algorithm. Yeah, a little bit of commentary there. But yeah, this painted one looks absolutely stunning. The work on the face, the paint job, it just looks absolutely terrific. So I won't get it. I don't need it. It is too expensive. For what you get, you're talking over $100, and it is just a plain little figure. But man, just from the amount of detail and just the work and love that's gone into it, I do think it looks beautiful. Yeah, I won't be ponying up the dough for something like that, but I am very impressed by what they've done. Over in Creator Corner, shout out to Raphael Grampa. Now, this guy is a very prolific comic book artist. So it's not like I'm, helping out the little guy over here. He's doing well, but he deserves to, because this is some art that I will see this art occasionally and I think, oh, I need to check who does that because I love it and I keep on forgetting. Raphael Grampa, oh my goodness. It's this hyper-detailed design that I freaking love it. Sometimes hyper-detailed can be too much. It just looks messy and ugly. This looks kind of real and kind of ugly, but good ugly. Like, I like it. It doesn't look polished. The characters all look very kind of flawed and like real-worldy, but not real-world in a boring way. Because sometimes characters can be drawn in a real-world type way and it's like, well, it just looks like someone cosplaying. It's not exciting. This looks like costumes are stitched and there's linings and seams and dirt and pockets and pouches and belts and buckles and everything just has like a practicality to it and a griminess that's also kind of popping as well. Have I sold you enough yet? I mean, why am I even trying? You can just look at his pictures. They're gorgeous. I would love this guy to be a regular Spider-Man artist. This reminds me so much. There was a dude who did Alien comics in the 80s. I forget. Nonetheless, though, this gentleman, absolutely killing it. I love this style of artwork. I'm going to go and Google a whole bunch more of his stuff now because I just want to look at them and go, golly, that looks pretty. And speaking of looking pretty, today's Cosplay Corner artist is Snitchery. I think I pronounced her name right. And look, a lot of the time when I'm doing Cosplay Corner, you know that I'll say, oh, well, this person has a great design and blah, blah, blah. And really what I'm doing is just filling the time while I, oogle the pretty pictures, because that's what they are. But this time, genuinely, like hand on heart, not crying wolf, this lady's art is crazy, because you know what? She's clearly caca for cuckoo puffs in the most wonderful way. She's not worried about looking, oh, beautiful and elegant and glamorous. No, she wants to look bonkers. Absolutely ludicrous, and I dig that so much. She clearly has like a very kind of quirky look about her. She's like, this is who I am. Let's do the weirdest, wackiest, most confusing cosplay where I'm like, pretty, but weird, but what am I looking at here? I love that. So huge, huge shout out to this cosplay artist. And this is genuine cosplay art. I love it. From weird Doctor Who aliens to bizarre nightmare-fueled kids cartoon mashups. She's someone who's not afraid to make themselves look absolutely ridiculous. That's something I can identify with. So yeah, huge love to Snitchery. She just does the most artistic, fun, ridiculous off-the-wall creations, and for that, I absolutely salute her. And folks, that does it for Good News for today, but we're not done yet entirely, because over on my sister channel, Model Behavior Extra, we've got the Daily Bungle, where I talk about movies, comic books, pro wrestling, I've spoken about action figures. I talk about everything that's not action figure related on there. It's a good time. The link is right in the description below. So if you want to see all the other news of the day in the Daily Bungle, you can just click the link and go and watch that, because boy howdy, we got a lot of stories to cover. But for action figures, we're all done for today. So thank you so much for watching, and until next time, keep displaying model behavior.
Coffee, big time.